here we go. We're gonna see Bad Boys Ride or Die. We got my buddy Jeff.
Die.
My childhood friend since I was like 4.
Yeah.
Back there.
Yeah, since we were like little.
Also,
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, we're all about the same age. Bad Boys Ride or Die. Die is it's an hour and 55, which is good.
So that's not too bad.
And it's rated R, which is good.
Always.
I really like part 2 and part 3.
Yeah, you said part 1 was like too.
It's bland and boring. No, it's just boring. It's like I don't know. Like nothing. It's before Michael Bay was Michael Bay, really. So
that.
I don't know what you think about
what
Bad Boys as a franchise, because we just wrapped this up pretty quick.
I haven't seen any of it, so
I think it'll be fun.
These movies, it's not a soulless Hollywood cash grab.
Yeah, it could be, but
that's my fear of it.
Yeah,
it probably will be,
I feel like
at this point in a franchise, it's usually like
part 4
money.
No, they're just milking though.
They're phoning it in.
Yep, exactly. Well, but to get those two to not act like their balls off and have fun with it, I feel like that'd be, you know what I mean? I think they're naturally going to do that anyway. Seems like
they have a good chemistry. So
that's what I'm
they're
saying.
Just fun to watch.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Like
for a prime example would be Dumb and Dumber 2. You know what I mean? It was the same guys.
Yeah.
But the chemistry was not. Nothing worked.
Yeah.
So that would be my concern.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I mean, yeah.
Not many franchises make it to part 4.
No, if you get to that far, it's inevitably going to be a cash grab.
Me and my son saw part 3, and I thought that was being a cash grab because it came out like almost 20 years after the last one. And I was like, they're just grasping for straws.
Yeah. How long since the last one of this one?
About 3 years, I think.
Okay, so maybe it's...
But it was awesome.
Could still be
part 3 was really good. It was called Bad Boys for Life. And I don't know, I thought it was awesome.
Oh, interesting.
Good action, funny.
What would you rate that?
No, it's 8 or 9 for sure. I had a blast.
High marks, man.
I really had a good time watching it. So I'm hoping for the best on this one.
Me too.
Those guys are nailing that fucking.
That is some
job.
That is like ethnic stereotyping. Oh my god.
Oh, they're hitting curves and shit. Don't back up, lady.
That was like a 62-point
Oh
turn.
my goodness.
That was.
Dude, you know what's crazy is like
we don't need to bring
it's Asian thing.
They're
but
tiny.
It's a stereotype
over the.
Well, that was some of the worst driving I've seen in a long time.
It's like a daughter and her mom,
and she's going like,
all right, good job. She's probably sitting on a donut and just to see over the.
I don't want to be that guy.
No, it's funny though. I mean, we watched it happen. It's just the way it is. No stereotypes.
They almost hit the car. They almost hit the pole.
Anyway, all right, guys. We will. No, it was super funny because it was just taking forever to just get out of it.
Anyway, we're gonna go see Bad Boys Ride or Die. Wish us luck.
Yep.
Boom! Saw Ride or Die. Bad Boys 4.
Yeah, we sure did. Holy shit!
It was fun. It was good.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean,
I had a blast. I think so.
I think the last half hour was like worth it.
Oh sure.
But a lot of it kind of dragged a lot of spots. I think.
Slog.
Would you think so?
It was kind of sloggy, I'll say.
Okay. So
I agree.
One thing that jumped out at me right away was the different uses of weird cinematography.
Oh, there was some cool shit. Like following the gun around.
Yeah, that and just like the camera angles they're using and different, lighting and stuff. I thought it was there's some scenes of Miami that were extremely beautiful. Like at night, some of them. The whole skyline.
Those movies always have. It's always about Miami being
maybe
awesome.
It's just IMAX and being.
Yeah, your first time in IMAX? What'd you think?
It was cool.
It was big.
Yeah,
it's big, super loud.
Yeah, they're always super.
Their excessive use of extremely close-up face shots.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It was just like they had these angles, and I'm just like, I don't want to see up his nose again, man.
You can see every little
pore.
Yeah, it was good because you figure. It zooms in, and Will Smith's face is the whole screen.
It's like
it's got to be 30 feet tall, 30-foot tall Will Smith.
It's crazy. So this had a lot of action in some parts, and then there's some slogs where
there was,
but like I don't feel like
turn AC up, guys.
I feel like it did. I felt like the pacing was a compromise on that, and in terms of like how, because a lot of that stuff it wasn't exposition at all. Was there any?
I thought there was quite a bit.
Was there?
I mean, scenes here and there of exposition.
Was it like
they
just
made
bad
sure?
exposition?
Well, it was okay.
Yeah.
They just made sure that you didn't have to watch the other movies. They really took,
yeah,
because you didn't even watch them.
No, I didn't.
And
this was a completely coherent plot.
And you
to
knew
me.
exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
exactly. So to me, having seen the first three, I was like, okay, I already fucking know this.
Well,
I already know this. It shows clips from the other ones.
Yeah. Do you think that was a good way to tie in all those other stories?
It was good for guys like you, but to me, it was like.
I mean, I had to ask questions.
Yeah, but
it was like 10 or 15 minutes.
But it still builds on those.
Yeah, I guess.
So, like, is that like? Did it work for you as a story?
It was fine.
Like three.
It was like. The plot was like, it was kind of complicated, but it was at the same time so fucking cookie cutter, like typical fucking buddy cop movie with corruption. They go on the lam, they redeem themselves. It was like exactly like every other movie like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those,
which is fine,
but it worked. I do think most of the jokes were landing for me for the most part. There's a couple duds, but I was like not.
Martin Lawrence had some duds. And most of Will Smith's lines were duds.
Every line of his was a reaction to Martin Lawrence. So he didn't really say anything funny, and this was like, what the fuck?
They don't have that same charismatic.
Not for. The writing had to be different.
This would have been an infinitely better movie had they just skipped all that dumb bullshit. Basically the whole movie, other than the last half hour, that was super good. But if they would have skipped all that dumb bullshit and like handed the torch off to that fucking badass Marine and one of the other badasses that were in the movie,
that was
if they would have like passed, it was like a pass the torch off kind of movie,
like
that would have been infinitely
because it
more
was basically
their
sons were fucking killing machines.
Yeah, actually,
both of their sons
instead of watching those two geriatric fucks bumble around the whole fucking movie
and have it's like, the whole movie is Will Smith's panic attack number 4, Will Smith's panic attack number 5.
And there's fucking
it slows down time.
Spoiling pseudo babbly bullshit about fucking
it's so
afterlife bullshit.
Well, he died. Not to spoil anything, but like
he has a heart attack right in the beginning.
He does,
and then the whole movie's like
he's just like,
I can't be killed.
He's seen the future. He knows like that they've had multiple lives together.
It got all fucking weird and spiritual.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny for the most part
because he like lets loose, and then he thinks he can't die.
I think Jeff's right though. Their sons are murder machines, way more so than them.
That would have been an infinitely better movie.
That would have been really cool.
So
they're not going to have that funny.
So Martin Lawrence,
every time they were on the screen, we're like, oh shit.
Martin Lawrence's son.
That last half hour of the movie. Well,
he plays Call of Duty all the time. That's his whole character.
But he's a Marine.
No, he's a Marine.
I know, but that's every time he's like his dad comes home and he's playing video games and doing nothing.
What are you doing?
He doesn't have a job. Yeah, that was his son.
I didn't catch that part.
Okay.
I just thought it was some random guy staying in it.
No, that's his oldest son.
His kid. Apparently a fucking
that's his kid.
That's his kid from the first movie.
Wow, so he's all like grown up.
So it's the same actor too.
Oh wow.
So
yeah, he's nasty.
But
holy shit.
There's a home invasion and he fucking murders
I guess
like
15 people.
15 people.
Takes them all out by himself.
In probably the best action of the movie.
I
think
so
because
it was really
correct, but the part in the house wasn't. It had no shaky cam.
Right?
No,
it had like, really good shots.
Far out
and it was wide shots of him
and
him doing crazy murder shit.
Because they're watching it from a different location through the house cameras.
So I told Jeff, I was like, so the house camera's like moving, like panning shots. I was like,
yeah,
I get it. It was the director's
but like
choice.
it would zoom in on the computer screen that they were seeing, and then it would be in the room, and they would just be doing shit. And
but it was really good
it was
because the last big action scene, there is a lot of shaky cam.
Oh,
yeah.
Because there's so much, they throw a bunch of smoke bombs, so then it's like,
there's a couple times they were just standing there and it was still shaky.
Exactly. They're just standing still, shaky cam, talking like, hey, he went that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what did you think of the captain's daughter, that U.S. Marshal chick who's just, I'm just gonna kill him. Doesn't believe anyone. Never. Like, doesn't want to team up. I thought she sucked. I thought she was the worst character.
She's there just purely for tension.
I know, it's
to cause like an internal struggle with the departments and the fucking.
I like storyline. I mean,
I like movies where people trust
she
each other.
She had like a really clear and direct motive. You know, like
she was basically just doing her
running
fucking
on
job.
pure, adrenaline and anger and shit. You know.
Yeah, I just didn't like her.
I feel like.
It is what it is.
So what do we got? So we got the music was alright, right? I mean, it wasn't amazing, but I mean, some of the shit, man, when they're in the club and shit, and those.
It was just all generic stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
It was fine.
It was serviceable. Pacing, we said, was hit or miss. I thought it was fine. I wasn't like bored at any point. I was just like, this is crazy.
I felt like the movie is too long, and if I feel like the movie is too long, it has bad pacing.
That's fair.
Period.
Yeah, some parts
period. That's scientifically true.
Pretty fucking slow.
So it felt long, but it was
acting. What do you feel about that?
Acting was solid.
I think so.
Martin Lawrence, he was starting to irritate me a little bit here and there.
He
was funny, and then he wasn't.
Stupid zaniness.
And he was funny, and he wasn't.
Just like I don't even.
He
talks like
he missed the mark on both.
I think he talks like he's got brain damage.
Yeah,
like he's got.
I know.
Exactly.
He does. He talks like he's drunk. He does, and his overacting expressions are.
I've come to appreciate that. There's nobody else who is that person or who could do that.
That drunk old guy.
Yeah, that guy that just fucking shit up all the time and just doesn't. Yeah, he's.
No, it's fine. Will Smith did really good action.
He was good.
There was some cool scenes. It was like FPS where it showed the barrel of the gun.
It did.
And then he throws the gun. It shows the gun go right into dude's hand. I was like, that was clever.
Basically
I literally never seen that in a movie.
No, that's never been done. So
maybe it has, but I haven't seen it.
I
don't know.
I highly doubt it.
It was good shit.
All right, so should we switch to ratings or what?
Probably. I don't think there's much spoilers. It's a buddy cop movie.
I really like this movie.
Expose a thing, and then they fucking redeem themselves.
Yeah. So for me, I think I would rewatch this movie because it had enough in it.
I recommend that you watch part 3 on your own time.
Okay.
It's really good. I like it a lot better than this one.
Oh, okay.
So I'm between a 6 and a 7.
Okay.
I think I was laughing. There was some really dumb
some of the
suspension of disbelief moments.
Oh, well, we'll get into that in the spoilers because there was a horrible one that's
I will say
catastrophic.
7 is where I'm at.
Okay.
Just because I've been following the series for so long and I love the characters.
Okay. I'm gonna
keep in mind 5 is average.
Yeah,
so it's above average.
I agree. I think this is a 7.
7?
Not quite an 8.
Okay.
But it was sort of there for a while, but then a couple stupid things happened. I was like, it's
just like I said, it just kind of drug a little bit. Maybe it's because I don't know. We drove 2.5 hours. He drove even more.
Yeah. You've been on the fucking road all day, huh?
Yeah, and then we sit down for 2 hours, and I was just kind of, I don't know. I wanted to see it. I was looking forward to seeing it, but I kind of wasn't feeling it during it. That's all I really got to say.
What do you think?
7, 5's average.
You want me to?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I had low expectations going into it, and I would still call it like a
average.
4.
4?
Oh, 4 below average?
Gotcha. I could tell.
He hated it.
There was
hated it.
Not hated. He just
I didn't hate it. It just,
it's just
like
below
I
average.
said, it was
5's average.
The storylines and things like that throughout the whole beginning of the movie, middle of the movie were, like, I mean, what did it take? About a minute for me to, that guy's the...
he's the bad guy.
He called it. Hold on.
Yeah.
So you say 4, 7.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
There you go.
All right. Now we can say whatever. The dude who plays Mr. Fantastic in those shitty Fantastic Four movies is the villain. He's this lawyer.
Oh yeah. Who's running for mayor of
he called
Miami?
It was like.
You could smell
maybe 2 minutes into the movie. You could smell his
cologne through the fucking screen.
It was like 5 minutes because there was like some little intro.
It was that little flag pin. Gave it away to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
There was some Star Spangled Banner, or I forgot what the hell happened. where we both looked at each other like, oh, really? I forgot what it was. I forgot what even happened.
There's a lot of...
the 9/11 thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
They
they throw that in there.
That's where the plot
right after 9/11 happened, then nobody cared about the war on drugs anymore, and it was all about terrorism. So then we decided we
were working with the cartels.
Yeah,
we were
to keep terrorists out.
Working with the cartels to keep terrorists out. So we let drugs happen.
And then
horrible drugs like cocaine.
And then eventually they just partnered up with them and made a bunch of fucking
money.
So
I don't know. It was lame.
That's pretty bad, shoddy.
What did you think about the villain guy, that Blake?
Oh, he was all right.
I think he was a very serviceable villain.
Yeah.
He seemed menacing.
He was.
He made some...
If he would have had more competent adversaries that he was going up against,
that were
it
more
would have been a much more engaging movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's what happened.
Essentially went on berserker rage the last 30 minutes of the movie.
It's no joke.
And,
it's fucking crazy.
100
guys die.
Their medication correct or something, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Yeah, let's go."
And then it's just a massacre.
The rest of the movie, they were fucking.
He ate his Centrum Silver, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go, let's do it." Woo! I don't know what happens is he's got all these fucking tactical dudes, right?
Yeah.
They all got vests on. And then they all just get wiped out.
They do.
In like 2 seconds.
Will Smith gives a speech like, "There's no backup, and it's just us." And it's like, well, it's apparently like all you needed ever.
They killed 100 fucking guys.
Kill everybody. So what are you worried about?
How do you have? There's
drones.
There's a big bomb that there's drones. How do they not see the drones earlier?
They can fly pretty high, and I'm sure
you still fucking probably hear them from that height. But I don't know.
I mean,
whatever. Remember
the technicality?
Mercilessly fuck up that innocent pilot.
That lost the whole point for me. That bitch tries to shoot him out of the sky.
She's a fucking federal agent or whatever. She's like the captain. She's the new captain.
In context, she was engaged, dating, married to that.
So this lawyer politician guy is like, let's escape the island. Or they weren't even on the island. Or yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were.
Okay. Anyway, he fucking holds this innocent pilot at gunpoint. Hey, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And he starts flying up. And you know what she does? She shoots a grenade launcher
at the fucking plane.
And
he's complete. Like, are you going to prison for the attempted murder, bitch?
Exactly.
What the fuck was that?
Not to mention her boyfriend up there.
Yeah, so she shoots him down, and they fly into the building.
That was cool watching someone get chopped up.
Oh, that was great.
Someone got just hacked up by the propeller.
The fact that everyone's running around after that poor pilot is sitting there going,
everyone's running around shooting, and it just pans by him like, he's all gagged. You're not dead yet? We'll give him a few minutes.
This guy doesn't need it.
And
I gotta deal with my ex.
At one point, after all the smoke cleared, they don't even pull him out of the plane. They're just walking around like, where'd they go? Oh, so they're taking the radio. This guy's just sitting there like bleeding all over. Like,
I don't know. He was like that when we found him.
Like, fuck that guy.
I don't know. Like I said,
he was part of their rescue team, and he's just like, you know
what else sucked too? Is there's this part. They're like, oh, we're at an abandoned amusement park that was alligator themed, and they're like, legend has it, there's a fucking 16-foot albino gator
named,
and legend has it he's still alive and he's around there, and then he is, and he kills a guy.
He was still in his tank.
What's he eating?
What is he fucking eating?
This place is so run down. It had been out of commission for 30 years, and this thing's in its tank.
And like, you know, a rare thing like that, a specimen like that, you would get money for donating to somebody else,
to
something
like a fucking
another
zoo or something.
Right, but they're like, no, he's somewhere.
Just leave him. Legend has it. I just remember looking at you like, oh god, like, come on, man, because he reads it on the internet.
Yeah,
it reminded me of that Taro movie.
Yeah,
he's like, we're shutting this place down. Yeah. What should we do with this rare albino giant alligator?
Huge fucking thing. Just leave it. It's fine.
And then of course it attacks Martin Lawrence, and he's like, that motherfucking alligator's racist because it's an albino. And I'm a black guy.
He's racist, Mike. He's racist.
He's all clean up.
He's like, ah.
And then at the very end, he's like, they're chasing the villain, and like they're both going the same direction. He goes, "Go ahead, Mike. I'll slow you down."
Yeah.
And then he gets there first and gets captured. So then Mike shows up to save him.
He's sneaky, Mike.
He's
sneaky motherfucker got me.
That was pretty dumb.
I found it. That's the shit that I
you know what?
I can't take seriously.
I hate to say it. I think this
so
was more of a 6 than a 7.
I don't know.
I'll stick with 7, but it's on the very
that kind
lower
of shit
end of that
doesn't break
shit.
my balls because it's so like most of the shit
Cliche.
is like nonsensical
Cookie
anyway,
cutter bullshit.
and just I swear it does it on purpose. But yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot to.
I had a good time.
I think it was worth it, and I would watch this again because it just has a certain.
it was definitely better in IMAX because that last half hour was like,
Oh man, it is solid action. So
actually, probably like the last 40 minutes because right around that mark is when that dude gets home invaded and he murders fucking dudes.
that's kind of like
That's where it kicks off the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
Because right after that, they're like, "You're up."
The good part of the movie starts there,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Hour
So
and 20
that's-
minutes in.
And it,
But then they're like, "Gear up,"
strong, you
and then
know?
they fucking
Yeah.
go storm this island. No one gets killed. Spoilers, of course. None of the team. They all get. Every single one of them gets hit.
So I
Shot in the arm. Stab.
I hate how it ended where his fucking kid gets like he's a fugitive now. Like that's
He is because he killed that captain.
well I
He
know,
was
but
already serving time, and
right.
the whole fucking point of it was
Yeah.
they didn't fucking break him out of the prison.
Correct, but he's still a fugitive. They still need to.
They would have brought him back.
He still needs to go back to
Yeah,
prison for
yeah.
15 years.
Yeah, that's true.
In light of all of his heroic actions,
Yeah,
throughout
maybe.
the
Should just
last
let him
half hour of that
go.
Mom,
movie,
he saved
they would have
my
reduced
life.
his sentence.
And she's aiming a
I
gun.
would have thought so. Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he
Instead
did
of making him be a fugitive for the rest
That's
of
what
his
I was
life.
thinking. I was like, could we maybe like,
What about
have a
that
new
prison
trial
scene?
or
I was like,
something? Oh, that was
the guards all look the
badass.
other way. I was like, what?
Yeah.
He does this cool thing where
That was a good
he
fucking-
ties
I like that.
he ties his fucking
It shows
his
you how
shirt.
badass he is.
I know. He ties his shirt around
terrifying.
one of those giant, like 40-pound weights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just starts wham,
Yeah,
wham, knocking
he's
people's
just
fucking faces
ending
off.
people like
That
that.
guy with the kettlebell.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
boom, right to the balls.
Oh my god, he
Yeah.
wrecks. It's like 10 guys are like, "All right, close the gate behind us."
And they got
they're
knives and fucking shit.
All right,
He's just
let's teach this guy a lesson. They all have knives and,
They're gonna
and
kill him,
fucking
kill him.
brass knuckles. And then he
Holy
just
shit.
he just wrecks them all.
like, without even, I mean, he didn't
He
even
just literally wrecked them all. Didn't
It
even
was
get
great,
hit.
yeah.
It was
You're
awesome.
right. I really think that would be cool if the next movie was
If
just
they would
those
have
two.
started the movie out like introducing
him in
him
it,
and that Marine guy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like figuring out a plot line where they could take over as like the badasses.
Yeah.
but
But those guys are too
that would have
straight,
been an
though.
interesting movie to watch.
That would have been a whole nother spin-off, and like
It
you
would
would
have
have
been like a very
no humor
yeah,
because those two
they're so straight-laced,
They're
yeah.
straight. They don't. They weren't.
Neither of them. Well,
They were
the one
playing
kid
hard-
smiled at the very end.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
Mike, he killed 15 people at the house. right,
Let
I'm
him
gonna
cook his
my
fucking chicken.
Chicken, like fuck.
I'll set the table.
See, that little humor like that, it's a good.
Some of it's
that's
pretty good.
enough for me. It's just spicy
if
enough.
Martin Lawrence wasn't a fucking drunken,
He seems
I
like
think
he's
like, in
just-
real life, there's got to be something going on with
dude,
it. They had a lot of shots where
you
they
know-
were like, he was sitting, like the beginning of it, he's just sitting in the car, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
his face always distorted.
and they had people around him a lot of cut scenes, things
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Yeah,
I think
maybe
there was something going on.
maybe
with them.
trying
You know who he reminds me of is that fucking bum in just in Living Color. Yeah, with the boogers and over here, in the cardboard. Yeah, it's kind of how he. Pickles. It was kind of like that, but like a
kinda
little bit
based
deeper
Mike
voice.
Tyson off of that.
I know you did. Anyway,
Yeah, sorry.
we'll wrap it up, guys.
Yeah,
It was a good time.
Yeah,
it drug, whatever.
It was all right.
It's not a summer blockbuster, but it's an action movie.
No, but
it's a solid action
for an
movie.
action movie, I mean, there's a huge long sequence at the end, so you do get that
There's
payoff
some
that
good
you
shit.
might be wanting halfway through, and you're like, what am I fucking watching this for? Just stick to it, and you'll see some good stuff.
One
I
last
will
thing.
say the
Go on.
crowd seemed to.
Oh, they fucking loved it.
They were laughing.
There was a few
Yeah.
times where they just erupted behind us, and then when the end credits rolled,
Oh, I clapped. I was
I've
like,
never clapped at a movie.
Oh, really?
I thought that was like something around here because I've never seen that.
Just
Yeah.
like a-
So I got one last thing to end on. How the fuck? Okay, Jeff answered it during the movie. I was like, how the fuck does just a Miami police detective right? Own a Porsche in this giant fucking mansion.
Yeah.
He owns.
What was my answer?
You said, "Oh, he's a really good cop."
Yeah, they're by the books for sure.
but did you see him
Right in
fucking
the
driving
beginning of
like
the
an
fucking
asshole?
And he drives like a fucking asshole.
And they shoot somebody and just like walk out of the.
Oh yeah.
You guys are
Yeah, that's
cops.
not how that
What the
works.
fuck is
You're
going
a
on
fucking cop.
That's
what?
not how-
They're like,
Oh,
they
that's
shoot a
right.
dude. They're like,
They're
call the
bad
cops.
boys.
Yeah, they're bad boys.
What you going?
Ride or die, bitch.
What you gonna
bad
do?
boys for life.
Oh,
Anyway.
wow. Anyway, well, we're gonna wrap this up, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, bang the bell. If you have
Bang it hard.
any opinions on this movie, what do you think? Is it as funny as our parent audience thought it was, or is it not as funny? I don't know.
You tell.
Yeah. Leave a comment. Let us know.
I don't know. I laughed. I didn't laugh hard though. I'll tell you that. I didn't like bust out laughing.
No,
I chuckled.
they were like
It was
I don't
chuckles.
think if I laughed at all.
It's a lot of chuckles.
No,
I think you laughed at some of the dumb
or the
plot
shit
points.
that we were.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it was, yeah. But I mean, like the jokes and such. I was trying
Yeah.
to find humor in it. And then,
I was digging real deep. It was fucking.
Yeah.
It was a task.
Anyway,
All right, guys. Peace
boom.
out.
See yous.